This is the vision that the Lord gave me for this post. And I recreated this vision to show what I saw in the vision. And hopefully, as time goes on, if I get time, I would really love to recreate these images or these visions, because I think it would mean more if you can see it through God's eyes, what He shows me, what He wants to display. If I find something that matches, and I don't have time, I try to find the closest thing that I can to what I've seen. And many times it's amazing how God will lead me to something that looks almost exactly like what I saw. But this vision I saw was Jesus looking through the clouds. And the whole scene was like this. It was a baby blue scene that was like baby blue tones. Um, there were clouds, there were many clouds, and Jesus' face fit directly in the center, looking down on the earth. He had a more serious look on his face this time, and it is amazing how a single vision that I get, I can feel the meaning and the thoughts without even him speaking. I had a couple dreams prior to this, that where I have spoken with God or an angel, which was my angel, and we weren't using our voice, we were using our thoughts, which was kind of weird to me, but um, His ways are not our ways, and in the spirit, in God's realm or the spirit, it's not always like it is on earth. It is different. The prophetic word, I did get a prophetic word with this, and I got it the next day, and it was, He has seen. So what the Lord is saying is that He's watching the earth. He has seen, He sees the tears of His beloved. He sees the tears of those that are suffering. He sees the pain and suffering. He sees the wars. I've even got a scripture that's going to go with this too, that talks about that, and it is 2 Chronicles 16:9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show Himself strong in behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards Him. Okay, so that was the first part of the scripture, and that was for those that their hearts are towards Him. So He's watching you with this loving heart because you have a loving heart towards Him. It's kind of how we are with people on earth. It's more enjoyable if they love you back. But for those whose eyes are not on Him, the scripture goes on to say, herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. So we need to keep our eyes on Him, to keep our land clean, to keep our land healthy, to keep everything running smoothly. But some of us turn away from God, and He's just wanting us to turn back to Him, because He's always watching. The way the world has taught us is not God's ways. We have to relearn God. We have to relearn His thoughts. We have to relearn how He originally intended us to be here, so we can have more peace and everything on earth. And a couple more scriptures I've gotten to go with this. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. And that was Proverbs 15:3. And I'll read a couple more, but I'll add the rest of these on my site for anybody that wants them. Job 34:21. For His eyes are upon the ways of man, and He seeth all his goings. And then I'll read Proverbs 22:12. The eyes of the Lord preserve knowledge, and He overthinketh the words of the transgressor. So these scriptures all relate to why the eyes of the Lord are on the earth. What is He doing? What is He watching? What is He looking for? I think it's just amazing that these visions, and a single vision, can explain so much just by looking up scriptures too. It's not just me knowing what He's saying or what He's trying to say, but it's also, I find scriptures that go even further because they're His word. I did have a second vision of the Lord that I wanted to add. And this is a repetitive or consistent vision I have of Him, but I always like to still mention Him because I just want everybody to know that this is a message that He really wants to stick with His people, that He is coming. It doesn't always mean that He's coming right away, or it doesn't always mean that He's coming back soon. That when He says I'm coming back soon, it doesn't always mean I'm coming this minute. Sometimes it can be I'm coming into your life too. So you kind of got to look at these messages as a double meaning sometimes. That he's coming for his bride, but he's also coming for his bride here now. So I saw the vision of the Lord. He was walking towards me, and he had like his right foot was forward, and so I could tell he was walking towards me. And because it was a super fast vision, but I saw he had the white robe on again, and it was those deep ripples that I talked about sometimes in some of my visions. So I wrote something in the past on my site because I've had many visions of his robe with these deep ripples. And this is what I said about the deep ripples. This is the meaning that he gave me. I feel this has some significance to the ripples or waves of adversity that come over our lives, or that he allows to make us more like him or to draw us closer to him. These waves of adversity, these ripples look like waves. And remember, you know, for us to keep for us to stand strong through those storms and those ripples and those deep waves, we have to keep our focus on him. We have to keep our focus on the source, the only one that can help us out of that. Jesus is coming to help his bride out of the ways of adversity now, here now in this world, the adversity that we go through. But someday soon, he's going to be coming to take his bride home to be with him.